and welcome back to AR77. Got a video for you today which is probably going to be quite a short one, you'll be pleased to hear, but I just wanted to address something and give a bit of an update really. Remember this little fella, my Sig P365? I've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this particular air pistol. When the actual P365 came out and I watched kind of the videos on YouTube of the real steel, everybody seemed quite amazed by what Sig had managed to achieve, fitting so much into such a small sort of package, really. And since then, I think there's been other pistols that have been released that have kind of done similar or the same. But this seemed like a bit of a game changer at the time. And then when the air pistol replica came out, I was really keen to get hold of one. I didn't know if I'd find it a bit too small, a bit too kind of dinky for my taste. I do like my full size, like as you know from watching the channel, I like my 1911s. And yet I was drawn to it. I particularly like Sig as a manufacturer. I like the style of the pistols. And when I saw the replica version, I had that kind of level of amazement that they'd got a full size drop-out magazine into this air pistol, all the things, all the bells and whistles work. Your safety catches work, and you can take it down. It blows back. It was metal where it should be metal. It was plastic where it should be plastic. It looks, to my mind, almost exactly like the real thing. And for me and for a lot of us replica collectors, that's exactly what we're looking for. There was no obtrusive white writing here. There's a bit under there, but it's really quite subtle. You don't notice that. Nice green dot at the front, white at the back. There's so many nice things about this pistol. And when I felt it kind of in my hand as well, especially with the mag in, let me just pop that in. I was kind of like, actually, this feels really good, really neat. Really quite tactile, and yeah, it's not the biggest pistol, but it feels like a solid chunk of replica air pistol in your hand. Then I shot it, and it was so snappy and relatively accurate, actually, this one, for the length of the barrel. I mean, this is a tiny pistol, but yeah, the blowback on it was really snappy. I think it probably spends a lot of the CO2 throwing that slide back, and it gives you a real kick, a real punch in the hand, and that's really satisfying, especially from such a small package. Is one of the reasons that, as much as the fact that I like my full-size pistols and my heavy metal pistols, I'm also quite a big fan of the compact sort of size pistols. Not maybe this small, but the compacts like the XDM 3.8 or the Walther CP99 compact. I like that smaller pistol as well, and especially when they kick back like this one does. I was really quite pleased. And then disaster struck, because what happened was I'd finished shooting, and you've probably seen the video if you watch the channel. My CO2 got jammed in there, couldn't get it out, and I tried to undo the bottom of the magazine, and it just wasn't going anywhere. I was losing the thread in there, and then I was trying all sorts of things. I thought, oh well, so I put a bit of super glue in and with an Allen key and try it that way. And I got all sorts of suggestions from people, and you were all really good at suggesting loads of things. But I think, in all honesty, I think one of you said maybe you used just a slightly too small Allen key, and it's just not fitting snugly enough, and it's grinding against the sort of screw at the bottom there. And I think in hindsight, that's probably what happened. I feel like I acted out of frustration. I was annoyed, and I was trying all sorts of things kind of desperately, instead of being sensible about it. Instead of, I think somebody said use a Dremel and cut a groove in there, and then you can just use a normal flathead screwdriver to probably pry that out. Not pry it out, to unscrew it rather. I should have thought of that as well, and I didn't. By that point, I'd already knackered my magazine. But I was really annoyed, and I was kind of like, why don't they make them out of better things? And you know what? I stand by that. I think if it's going to be need to used for that purpose, or if I didn't say that properly, did I? If the requirement is that that's going to be used regularly, it needs to be a material which is resilient. And I stand by that. Having said that, I think, I've got to be fair. And a lot of you said, look, I've used my P365 an awful lot and I've had no problems whatsoever. And I think the difference is probably you just used the right Allen key. I've got so many knocking around from different pistols. I just grab one a lot of the time, and if it fits, it fits, and I assume it's an exact fit. But there are slightly different variations in them. It's easy to assume, it'll be another one of those, that size, whatever the size is. And it's not always. I know that the VP9, the HK VP9, the Glock 19X, the Smith & Wesson M&P 9, I think they all have a slightly smaller Allen key to that you would get on a GSG 92 or a Swiss Arms 92, or any of the 1911s by KWC. I think it's a different size. So, be that as it may, regardless of what it is, I knackered it up, and I have to just admit that, really. So, there's been lots of things in the meantime that I've purchased and stuff, and eventually I kind of got around to thinking, do you know what, I used to really enjoy shooting that pistol. I used to really enjoy shooting that gun, and I'm wasting my money on the gun if I just don't buy another magazine. I've got I think pride got in the way, and I needed to put my hands up in the air and go, look, do you know what, you've knackered it yourself, get a new one. So I got a new one, and it arrived a few days ago, and I've been shooting this since, and I've got to say, it's like Ross and Rachel. I'm back. I'm back together with this beautiful little pistol here. I absolutely love it. I keep it in a where is it? I keep it in a little holster. This is like one of the cheapest holsters you can get off Amazon or eBay, I think it is. And obviously, I don't carry it around. There's no belt clip on this or anything like that. But I keep it in there because it gives me an opportunity to sort of keep it with the right Allen key now. And it fits just nicely in there, and it's just a bit protected when it goes in its little box that I keep my pistols in. I've got like a little sort of trunk that I keep locked up. Yeah, so I'll just keep it with that now, and then I know that I've always got the right Allen key with it. It might not have been that, I don't know. It might have been that I was a bit heavy-handed, or it wasn't fully in, and I tried to twist it, I don't know. But this pistol is back on the favourite list again. Sorry, little buddy. Sorry we fell out for a while there. But yeah, lovely pistol, P365 by Sig Sauer. I have to sometimes admit when I'm wrong, and I think I was wrong on that occasion. I think, in summary, the pistol didn't do anything wrong. The mags could be made better, but if I'd just been a little bit more careful, I think I would have avoided the situation. And if I'd have dealt with it sensibly, instead of getting frustrated and throwing everything at it, I probably would have been able to solve the problem. But as it stands, I thought, credit where it's due. I think I should be able to criticise a pistol if I'm annoyed with it, or if it does something wrong, but I should also be able to hold my hands up if the pistol didn't deserve what it got. So there you go. The jury's probably still out amongst you guys. I'm back in love with the P365 by Sig Sauer. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Was I too harsh on it? Or do you think I'm right to come back into the Sig stable with the P365? Thanks for listening. Bit of a ramble there, but nevertheless, wanted to get it off my chest. Bit of therapy for me. As always, take care, stay safe. All the very best. Bye.